Hey Phil, how are you getting on? Okay, I think we're all good to go. I say we're all good to go. I mean, Udi making moves up. Wow, Udi making big moves up. That's just gone $3 in the last 5 minutes. There's the 8 o'clock scrum coming in. The spreads on this are 30 cents. So straight away, we're looking at... I didn't want to take that. Well, $1,000 down before I even start because of the spreads. I was waiting for the move up past the $0.50, and it. Hey, look, we'll wait. We'll give it. We'll give it till 9. You know. We'll give it till 1850. Yeah, there's that much, Phil. When you've got multiple monitors, I didn't really want to take a trade with Hoodie. It's bloody. It's certainly not 5,000 shares. It's dangerous. I don't know why I took this trade. Pushed the button by accident, I think. I was waiting for it to break 1950, and here we go. That's it with Hoodie. I mean, I just dropped $2, nearly $3 in a minute. Let's see if I can't be patient in this. Don't want to take any additional size. I'm already in too big on this already. See what transpires. I didn't want to trade this. This is a mistake of a trade. I was going to trade this. I would have traded it smaller. Should have traded it smaller. Here we go. $19 again. Back up to 19. Will we get over $20? I can just get a quick scalp, get out. We went up to 19, over 19. Let's get, come on. 1894. Don't do as I do, kids. Do as I say. Don't trade Hoodie. Party. Whatever it's called. Just be careful. 20. No, the spreads are ranging between kind of 20 and 30 cents. Don't mind the pattern if there was if the volume was there. The range is like 60 cents. The average true range is 60 cents. So the volatility on this is huge. Over $19. This could go up to $20 easily. Got a bounce on the VWAP there. The question is, will we get the break up to above $19? Break $19. This I'll be able to get out of this. This will go up to like $20, $19.50. It needs to get over $19. I can get it profitably. 80 cents down. Ish, give or take. That's on the bid. There's 50 cent spreads. So looking for a bounce here on the bottom because it's at all-time lows. Hey Matt. Oh. There we go. We're above $19 now. Now I'm feeling a bit more comfortable with this trade. Still might go against me. Still could go against me. This moves very, very quickly. Very volatile. I'm currently 22 cents down on the ask, but oh, the spreads went a lot closer then. They narrowed for a second. 50-cent spreads now. Like I said, this is very volatile, this stock. 50-cent spreads. It's not one that you want to be trading unless you've got the cushion to take the losses. Unless you're prepared to take the losses. It's not one that you want to be trading. Certainly not. So we've got the bounce at the VWAP. We've got a whole $1.25 at the bounce at the VWAP. Well, say that it's about 75 cents when you actually factor in the spreads. Spreads about 43 cents right now, and then some. I'm giving this way more risk than I ought to. Already given it $1.50. It's fine. Found support at 1760, so twice. Question is if it breaks that or not. Ridiculous trade. Terrible trade. Not from my point of view. Getting the upwicks on the 5-minute, which is kind of bullish, but still a bad trade. Bad decision. Tony, you're an idiot. This is how you dig yourself a hole again that you have to then dig yourself out of. Climb out of. Not ideal. Let's see. And we get this to go our way. Above 1950. Anything above 1950 would get out. Don't want to be holding this. Trying to get highs, making gains on this. I just want to get out profitably. If possible. What a stupid trade to take. I'm already kicking myself. Oh, an RBO just absolutely tanked. Must be an offering of something. Just come out. Massive sell-off on NRBO. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Alistair. I'm going to do that. I'll take a 10k loss if I have to. It's found support at 1760 twice. I'm just kind of not feeling comfortable here, but oh god, don't get out. That dropped down to $16 briefly. Take the loss, 6k down. It is what it is. Stupidity. And an itchy trigger finger. I was waiting for 1950 and I pushed the button a little bit prematurely. But if it had broke 1950, I think we probably got and broke 20. But hey, look, it is what it is. That goes up and breaks 1950 now. I'm going to be absolutely annoyed, to say the least. Dwac selling off. Don't mind that. Today, bit of a red to green move possibly. Very no volume. This from excuse me, Nurabo. So this was moving up. It was bounced. It sold off hard the last few days, the last couple of weeks actually. So since the middle of early part of October, and it had reached all-time lows and it went for a bounce, and it's selling off hard now. Yeah, so Nicholas, DWAC, I'm thinking that if you look at this on the 60-minute, you can see it had a pre-market, a big pop yesterday to like 30, give or take $30, and it got up to that level into the close yesterday as well. It got slightly above it, but it's now at 26.40. But let's go back to Friday's close price, it's like 17.50 or whatever. 17.62 is the high. Closed at 17.50. Call it. I was eyeballing that. So 17.50, it's up at 26. It's still almost $10 up, $9 up. So it's still held most of its gains from yesterday. So that's why I'm thinking that DWAC or Dwac could be still could be worth keeping an eye on for today. It reaches, and if it breaks yesterday's intraday highs, I think we've got, you know, we're at the, certainly at the races. I've known this one last year, October, about this time last year, this went up to over $120, I think it was, and from about $17. So I made a lot of money on this last October. I wouldn't say FOMO. It was more of, it was just a mistake, Alistair. Just a bad mistake, bad judgment. I knew what my plan was, and I didn't execute the plan because I was waiting for the break of 1950. Go back to Hoodie. So look at that. I was looking for the break of 1950 to get in for the break of 1950 here, and I accidentally pushed the buy button at the wrong time. It didn't break 1950, so I pushed the buy button and got in at 1931. If I'd waited for 1950, I'd be here now. I'll be buying in here. So let's see what happens. I was in at 1931. So was I right with my decision? Was my judgment right on the overall move, and poorly executed, hence the 6k loss, or was I just completely wrong? Let's find out. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It went up to 19. Currently on that candle, it went up to 1970. So I would have got in for the break of 1950. Let's just say I got in at the high there of that candle, 1970. If I waited to execute my plan as I expected it to, the move up, got in at 1970. Does this then break $20? Would I have been justified in taking the trade as I originally planned it? Plan your trade, trade your plan. I planned the trade, I didn't trade the plan. I pushed the buy button prematurely, and that's what caused me a world of pain. And that's gone there, but the price action hasn't. Look at the price, the bid is still 1920. So that's just algorithmic trades. Yeah, 15 minutes early on the decision. Oh, we'll see. there's potential for me to get back in this if it does go on and break $20. So I'll keep an eye on that. There's not a lot moving right now. Well, certainly not with volume, at least. SunPower's got earnings. Highway. There's a lot of earnings out today. There's quite a lot of earnings. If you're on the Day Trade with Tony Discord, go check out the earnings thread. The full list of earnings is there. Well, no, because I was looking for the pullback, which I got, and then as it started to move back up again, I was looking for the break of 1950. So the plan was there. It just didn't go my way, and I got in wrongly. So, and again, if I got in here, let's say you got in at 1970 at the top of that candle, I'd still be consolidating and waiting for this to consolidate. So, yeah, it's an expensive old lesson, that's $6 grand, but we'll just have to make that up. I think the biggest problem with that is because of the volatility in the spreads was taking the 5,000 shares instead of just 1,000 shares or 2,500 shares max. That's probably where I really went wrong on that trade. 2,500 shares, I'd only be 3k down. 1,000 shares, I'd be what 1,000 down. So I'd be in a lot better spot right now. Greed. But I'm just trying to be a little bit more aggressive this month. I've increased my size to be more aggressive, so my losses are going to be bigger, but also that should mean that my gains should be bigger as well. Well, doesn't always work out that way. What's the spreads now on this? So, yeah, 9 cents. Yeah, there's a lot of options, unusual options activity. If you've got Benzinga, the unusual options activity is interesting. I got a trial of it, and there's a lot of options active. I don't trade options on Dash Trader. I use the interactive options chain, so. We do like volatility though, Alistair. Remember that. It's currently 19. I'm just going to take a position. I'm going to look for the break of highs up at $20. I was right in my original plan. Take a little bit off there. Well, that didn't work out for me. Damn spreads. Buy in 1990. So my original plan was right. The execution was very poor. And that's what I'm sticking to. A lot of risk on this trade. Yeah, the spreads are huge, Lyrex. So you've got to factor that in. I mean, you're looking at 95 cents. So there's a whole dollar on the ATR. The spreads are anywhere between 10 and 50 cents. So there's a lot of risk in trading this right now. There's a lot of risk in trading this at any time. But you've got to put it into perspective. It's high risk, high reward. Big spreads, big range. I mean, we're looking at a dollar on the ATR, so you can't even put, you know, a 50-cent trail in there or whatever. You can't have a 50-cent stop. You've got to give it some breathing room. But the likelihood is this could go up to like $24, $25. And if it does, well, then we're quids in. But then again, it could drop just as quickly to $17, $16, $15. If I look at where the ask is, where my average cost is right now is on the half dollar. The ask is 20.43. So if I bought in right now, I'd be like 7 cents in, but less than what my average cost is anyway. I'm actually caught between the spreads right now. Oh, slightly. I want to see this up towards 21.50. A big spread increases the risk. It's the range, the volatility in the range that increases the reward. So that, yeah, you've got to factor in the spread as part of the risk. And if you're not going to cover the spread with the range, then the risk it outweighs the reward, Emilio. So this is the whole point. So if the spreads are 50 cents, but you've got at the moment the spreads are like 12 cents, but I've got an ATR of 73 cents. So you've got to factor that in. The volatility on each candle on average, are you going to get enough volatility? Is it going to move enough to cover the spreads? So that's risk that you've got to factor in. And yes, I'm taking risk. Yes, I know I could lose big on this. I just lost 6K on this to start off with, which was a bit of a bummer, but that was my own fault. I didn't wait for the break that I was waiting for. If I waited for the break, I would have cleaned up. Would have got in here, a bit of consolidation. I got in here for the break of 1950, which and then would have got the move up, and I wouldn't have lost that 6K in the first place. So now I'm playing catch up and taking what's got me there. I was looking to take some profits up here at like $20.75 or $20.80 or whatever it was, and the spreads caught me. So well, you can't say the ATR means nothing, because it actually does. That's the whole point. The volatility, it's a measure of volatility, and you need volatility. If you're going to have big spreads, you need the volatility to cover it. You need the range that's going to cover the spreads. I didn't get a bad fill then. I just as I closed the spread widened just as I pushed the button. It's timing. We've got lower volume here, but if anything, Hardy has shown it can move both ways on low volume. Got decent volume on this big candle that we got in at. Yeah, but if you kind of stating the obvious there, Armenia. The problem is, it's not so much on this stock at the moment. It's not so much the spreads as the liquidity. Okay, Armenia. $20 is key here right now. That's the high of the previous 2 minute. That's kind of a breakout level in terms of flag. Alex, you're misrepresenting ATR. So ATR is based on the time frame of the chart that you're looking at. So if this moved up like 400% in a day, it doesn't matter about what goes on tomorrow. The ATR will be different tomorrow from what it is today on a 1 minute chart, on a 5 minute chart, on a 2 minute chart, whatever it is. On the daily chart, it makes a big difference, obviously. So ATR is a better measure of intraday volatility rather than when you have a catalyst on the daily. If you're looking at the daily chart and you're looking at ATR on the daily chart, it has less significance simply because if you're looking at a low float stock that has that volatility, one particular catalyst on a given day that it goes up 400% is going to screw up the whole ATR piece. But on intraday, yeah, you do want to be looking at ATR. You want to look at, does it have the range right now? Is the risk or is the reward in line with the risk? And we'll see. Now, I could be completely wrong, but that's the risk I'm prepared to take. I could be completely misjudging this. DWAC, possibly. But DWAC, again, like I said yesterday, has to get back above the VWAP. So at the moment, $28 is the trigger price for DWAC. To be safe, I'd say $29, which is pretty much where it closed yesterday for the move up. If it gets beyond 30, which was kind of the yesterday's intraday highs, then we're at the races for sure. And there's quite a bit of short interest. I think it's about 20% shorted. DWAC, Dwac. The spreads are 15 cents right now at the moment, but as the volatility comes in, that will widen. Just correlating under that $20 level again. Well, you can spot it, Alex. Yeah, the spreads have eased a bit because the volatility has eased a bit. So they're currently still, what, 30 cents on the spreads? Well, now 50 cents. So we're getting a bit more 60 cents on the spreads. So the ask hasn't moved, but the bid's fluctuating. The ask isn't moving. So the ask is like currently 980 or 1980, sorry. There or thereabouts, but the bid's fluctuating between kind of 1920 and 1950. So that's where the volatility is. Yeah, stocks. Yeah, pre-market it's always risky trading pre-market. Two main reasons is the liquidity is less and the volume as such is less. So you'll get moves and you'll get moves that won't sustain. So you'll get moves up and then a sell-off, and it won't. It could be a good catalyst, and it'll move up to a high pre-market and then sell off and never come back. That's common. Still waiting for the break of this $20 right now. Move up to 21.50. Well, I'm not sure what the catalyst was for the sell-off there, Arminio, but NRBO was a huge flush down pre-market. And it was at all-time lows as well, so that's why I think it was bouncing. But look, it is what it is. Yeah, so Hoodie sold off hard yesterday, and we're getting a little bit of a bounce. So it announced a stock offering, which made it sell off yesterday. Oxy's got earnings today. That was a terrible fill, that one. That last 2,500 shares was, that was a horrible fill. Spread just, there you go. I've bloody sent that tank in with that, unloading that then. I've had better starts to a day, Alfred. Yes, there's a candle on the table behind me, Pat. Well, we've been in worse situations. Not many. No volume though. This is moving nicely, but it's just not doing it with volume. And the question is why? Paul's earnings, is it? Yeah, it's just earnings. It's moving up on earnings. So we'll get the spike up. It'll reach its little plateau, maybe come back, whatever. We'll see. This is Coles. It's moving up on earnings. Yeah, so it's not moving on sector. It's had, again, SunPower earnings today. So SunPower earnings, it's a EPS beat, sales beat. Yeah, so it's got good earnings. Currently $19. Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, let's face it, everybody's reliance on fossil fuels has just has been exposed as a economic catastrophe this last year. So, of course, everybody wants to get in on renewables now. Sun, wind, hydroelectric, whatever. Paul's just pulling back to the VWAP. Might get a VWAP bounce here. Spreads 10 cents ish. Morning, Nitro. Oh, you like that? You like that, Pat? That's over on. You're talking about the on YouTube, the rolling tickers on YouTube. You like that, do you? Nvidia. Looking at this. Nvidia's got good news, so it could motor today. It's half my buying power in Nvidia right now. Yeah, I'll check Lucid in a minute. 20-cent spreads on, 15-cent spreads on Nvidia at the moment. Spreads that's costing me. So the ask is pretty much where I bought in, hasn't moved. That noise that sounds like a little trumpet is my Chow Chow dog. So we're seeing Nvidia's up about $5 already this morning. No, it's November Fool's Day. That's basically wiped out last Friday's gains. The 20k we made on Friday, it took all day to do it. We've just wiped it out trading Hoodie in 10 minutes. Oh, half an hour. I'm laughing because I shouldn't laugh. I should be pulling my hair out. But look, only money. Not real. Till I withdraw it. Or try to withdraw it. Yeah, well, it just makes it harder. That's the problem. I mean, when you're up, when you're up like 10%, you've made 10%. But when you're down 10%, you've then got to make 110. You've got to make 11% just to break even. So it just makes it more difficult. There's volatility today, though. Yeah, I'm expecting quite a bit of volatility on stocks that have connections to certain bipolarizing figures or politicians, and you probably see that in this next couple of days, which is why I'm kind of thinking DWAC might run, Rumble might run, PUHN might run. Not saying they will, I'm saying they might. And certainly will be worth keeping an eye on. DWAC is spiking up right now as we speak, after reaching a low of about under 25, under the $0.50 at 25. Nvidia, the ask is still exactly the same, but the bid is closed up. So now I'm caught between the spreads right now. The ask has moved up, so 6 cents on the spreads. I'm hoping for a big volatile day today that we can take advantage of. That would be nice. I need one. Yeah, she certainly is. She does like the snow. And this is one of the reasons I don't like to trade the mid and high cap stocks, is the movement is so pedestrian. It can move, and it can move quite... Absolutely getting. HKD and Hoodie are of the same. There's a couple of others as well, but are all of the same ilk. But sometimes, look, I traded Hoodie last week and it went in my favor. I traded HKD a couple of months ago. It went in my favor. I've also traded it and it's not gone in my favor. So you've got to be okay with the risk. If you're okay with the risk, then fine. I mean, to be fair, when you're trading stocks like that, it is paramount to gambling as opposed to actually trading. But sometimes you've got to be in it to win it. You know, I buy the lottery when the Euro Millions is over 100 million. I know full well I'm not going to win it, but there's always that outside chance that I could. So I've got a huge gap here right now on the daily. 155.40. That's where the gap is. So 145 to 150. It's a $10 gap between 145 and 150 on Nvidia, and the market does like to fill gaps. So right now there's window, the $7 window with Nvidia right now. Well, the volume will come in after the bell anyway. Of course it will. I'm not saying it's going to fill the gap in today, but based on where it's at right now, with the news catalyst that it's got as well, Nvidia, it's probably one for a nice swing. When you've got a window like that. Nvidia shares are trading higher following reports suggesting the company will offer a new advanced chip in China that meets recent export control rules. If that isn't bullish, I don't know what is, but it's only a rumor. Problem is with stocks like Nvidia is that the float is so big. You know, you're reliant on macro catalysts to move the needle, because retail certainly ain't gonna. Yeah, so do I get them. I've got Nvidia, I've got Amazon now as well, as of a couple of months ago after the split. I've got Disney, P&G, caught between the spreads right now with Nvidia. Probably not, Teddy. Sports companies, in the main, sports companies are not great investments. People invest in sports companies more for retail, more for sentimental reasons than business reasons. There are a couple of certain exceptions to that, but in most cases, holding a sports company long term, because it's going to be reliant on the performance of that company, is going to be reliant on performance on the field as well. That will impact shares. So yeah, probably not a good idea to hold Liverpool long term if it floated on the exchange. I wouldn't anyway. Yeah, well, the SOX ETF's up quite a bit, which is semiconductor ETF. Similar news to it's the same catalyst for that Nvidia's got. AMD's going up as well. Let's have a quick look at AMD while we're in this trade. So AMD's up at 64. It's probably a better bet, actually, would be AMD. Cheaper bet. . The SPY's up, but no, the S&P 500's up, but the Nasdaq's up a lot more. It's almost double. So the S&P 500's up 0.37%, whereas the Nasdaq, which is obviously tech stocks, is up 0.65%. So huge difference. Oh no! Look, the bid has moved up to my average cost. I'll need to get over at 148 here. Current high of day is 148, so we're looking for a new high of day. Yeah, yesterday was, yeah, but there's different, it's a lot different today than yesterday. SPY was up, but there was no real bullish sentiment yesterday. I think we've got CPI numbers later this week as well, which could, you know, put paid to that bullish sentiment. But the S&P 500 yesterday, it just felt like it was a false rally. Finally, we're moving. Nice. $5.9. It's not a huge amount. Rumble's up. Veru's moving back up above the VWAP. How much up for the year am I? Well, I'm on track. I'm ahead of. I'm over 800k up. Oh, that's gross. That is gross. But I'm over 800k up at the moment. Currently, let's have a quick look at the numbers for the year. I'm 820 net, I think it is. Net. Yeah, 820 something net. I'm gonna make. Where's my other? No, 840 net. Well, I was before today. 839,826 net. That's my annual net profit. Gross, 1,045,000 for the year. So, you know, losing 20k on a hoodie punt, in the grand scheme of things, it's still a pain in the hole, but it's not going to be really detrimental. So I think Nvidia today, if it carries on like this, Nvidia breaks 150 for sure. Possibly that window is up to 155 is looking ominous. So there is a possibility, but I don't think it's got the strength to do that right now. Could be wrong. It's already up. Probably it's going to have to go up about 10% on the day. When was the last time it did that? Yeah, it is, but look, we'll see if we can make it back. Yeah, well, that's always a risk you're taking, man, if you're holding into the open. There's not a lot else moving with any kind of volume. So right now, I don't mind having my equity held, you know, tied up in this until the open for now. Unless something else moves, I can always get out. I'm in profit now, so I can get out at any time for a profit. Well, it was moving up. I looked at this earlier, and it was moving up, but it's now selling off. So I had this initial move up. Now it's below the VWAP, so it's looking weak to me. The initial pump, it needs to at least hold half of its gains. Very low volume. It moved up on very low volume. There's like 600,000 shares traded. Coles, it had good earnings. So this is Coles. It had good earnings, a beat on EPS and a beat on sales, but it's now kind of consolidating, pulling back a little bit. So we'll see. I want to see Nvidia slowly moving up. I'm no problem putting a stop in place at the open at the whole dollar. If this moves to, and then even with slippage, it'll get me out because it's a highly liquid stock. I probably won't get much slippage. I don't mind putting a stop in before the open if and holding this all day if necessary. So we've got 32 minutes to the bell. So quite enough day. There is quite a bit moving. Hims and Hers has moved up. It's not great volume. Neuronetics moved up with very low volume. It's like 20% up on the day. 2U is up 19% on low volume. And herein is the theme. It's low volume moves. Lordstown Motors is up with a cash injection, so it's a good catalyst. So that's 17% up on the day. The rest is like under 15%. So if I'm looking from an intraday perspective, low float stocks, then perhaps not ideal. So 20 cent spread here right now, which is on Nvidia. Really should have held 148. It certainly did, J-Spec. It was up about 50% as well pre-market at one stage. It took a massive crap. It certainly did. I'm just going to get out there. It's a scratch trade. Break even. It's looking a bit weak, so I might get back into Nvidia later. More likely, I'll get into AMD. So it's cheaper and it's following Nvidia in terms of sympathy. So look at AMD right now. That's doing exactly the same pattern. So I'll probably get into AMD. Maybe take a little bit larger size instead. I'll wait for that move up. Nothing really moving of note just yet with any kind of volume. TripAdvisor, and this is another one that this sold off hard after hours yesterday. It went from like 23.70s down to $20. It's currently, what, $19 and change. So ride, or Lordstown Motors, needs more volume right now. When it popped up, put it on the 15, we can see better. It popped up on this cash injection, but right now it's still looking fairly strong. But if you look at low price stock, of course, $0.25 could be of interest. I would say wait for that wait for the break of $0.25. 220 could be of interest as well, but wait for the break of the $0.25. Lordstown Motors. Current pre-market high is 229, so 230 is obviously a key level as well. So that's ride. Hey, trading beginner. So NRBO, Neurobo Pharmaceutical. On the 15-minute, this was up here at 360s. If you looking at this on the 15-minute chart, it was obvious what was going to happen because you've got the head and shoulders. One shoulder, head, another shoulder, crap. So if you were watching the higher time frames, you might have seen that head and shoulders forming and managed to get out before the dump if you were in it. Even on the 5-minute time frame, there's a head and shoulders pattern there that you potentially could have seen. So as you got this third spike, this third high, it's a lower high. So lower high, higher high, lower high. That's head and shoulders bearish pattern. So you got this move up, higher high, lower high. That's always a warning sign. And then you've got lower lows on the on the candles there. That's get out. It's below the VWAP. Get out. Warning signs. Crap. So hopefully, if you were in it, you didn't get caught in this flush down, because that's a terrible flush down. Oh, it's blocked you. Yeah, I'm watching DWAC for the break of the green level, which is $29. Right now, we'll just watch. We've got half an hour to the bell, so let's see what happens. Who's blocked you? I don't block people. I just put them on timeout if they're misbehaving. Like our friend Snoot. Whatever happened to Snoot? I only put him on timeout for a day, he never came back. I look fuzzy, it happens. You know, when you gamble, this is what happens. It comes back to bite you on the ass. So yesterday I did it. I traded outside the strategy. Today I did it. And this is what happens. Stick to the strategy and it works. The strategy is faultless. It's sticking to it that's the problem. The discipline, having the discipline to stick to the strategy is the problem. Like I said, it was gambling. To be fair, the original 6K was what did it for me. And set me on a bad roll. I entered prematurely, lost 6K, re-entered later, again a little bit late this time, and then held it too long because of the spreads. Look, to me, it'll turn around. There's volatility. So it's a big day today. We've got the midterms on. There's going to be a lot of volatility. We're going to see quite a bit moving today. Feeling like There's going to be something's going to go mental today. What over 100k right now? If I take out the realized, so the 19,000. So I started today with 123,000 in my account. Tamimi. Oh, fuzzy. I used to. No, I don't actually. I have a situation where I can. My philosophy is that if I can lose 20k in a day, that means there's enough volatility for me to make 20k in a day. And it's usually the case. In some cases, it doesn't work that way. But there you go. Oh yeah, I've still got plenty equity left. Like I say, I started with over 120,000 today in the account. So I'm not playing with a small account. You know, if I'd had a 20k loss on a 30k account, then ouch, that's a big hit. I mean, not saying it's not a big hit because it is, but I don't want to take that, Alistair, because I want you 250 quid, but I also, well, it can't be revenge trading if it's the first. It could be revenge trading to me, but it can't be revenge trading if it's the first trade of the day. Revenge trading is where you make a loss and then you FOMO into the next one with a bigger size, try and make it back. No, I want your 250 bucks, Alistair, but I would have to perform badly for it, which means it's going to cost me more. I'd rather just get the 20k back. So I missed the breakout there at 45. And you'll probably see Nvidia's broke highs now as well. Yeah, Nvidia went up. So Nvidia was the leader there and AMD followed. I'm not exactly playing on scratch today, that's for sure. And I don't really want a red day today because I had one yesterday, so I'm going to be just a bit more selective with what I trade today from here on in. I want RCM. It's not great volume, but it's trying to bounce. It's above the VWAP. Hard sell-off. I don't know what happened yesterday, but oh, tell a lie. This morning. There's a halt. Just after 7 AM, there was a big halt and then a gap down. So it must have been a news pending halt. So let's have a quick look at the have a look at this ticker. Why did it halt down so hard? Aside from Q3, bad Q3, yeah, just that's what the halt was. So they announced they've appointed Chief Executive Officer John Squirby and Chief Operating Officer Lee Rivas was appointed Chief Executive Officer and John Scraber was appointed Chief Operating Officer. There you go. They've just announced new leadership to the board. That's what the conference call was ahead, and why it was halted. News pending. It's had very poor. It's had poor EPS and poor sales, so the earnings call didn't go according to plan. I guess they need new leadership. This is tracking the 20 EMA fairly well. Bouncing on the 20 EMA. So now might not be a bad time to take a position. Let's have a look at Nvidia as well. That's doing the same thing. So it's bouncing on the 20 EMA. So now might not be a bad time. I'll wait for the breakout of confirmation. So this was 1411. Yeah. I'll wait till the bell now. What are we, 20 minutes to the bell? Let's see what the market has in store for us. It's just me, or is it a cold day today? Lucid, very low volume, low liquidity, 146,000 at the moment. It's pretty much break even on the day, 0.36. So Nitro, not sure what you're looking for in Lucid. It's been very rangy, sideways for the last week and a bit. Bit of a range in it, but it's just sideways. It's not really moving between kind of $13.50 and $14 mostly, 50 cents whatever on the daily. Well, she's lied down over there. She probably is hungry, red days and all. I've never known a female not be hungry when they're on the red days. Well, that's 100 more. Oh no, so it's 1,100 more. Once we get to 3,000, she can have a treat. No, obviously, Pat. You think with all this trading that I'm doing, I'll be able to afford to put the heating on? I've actually got the fire on, and it's still not bloody warm. And you did have the door open earlier so she could lie on the balcony. Not ideal. Not. Yeah, you know what? I've been fine. It's not, the cold doesn't, I feel like Elsa. The cold doesn't bother me anyway. Normally, I don't really feel the cold that often, but today I'm just feeling it. I feel it in my fingers. My body's not cold. It's just my fingers. I can feel it. Time of the year, I guess. Oh, come on. Magic Empire Global. Lift. Sold off hard. Might get a bounce off lift. Poor earnings yesterday evening. AMC's earnings are out this evening, by the way. Let me know if you want me to you want me to do a stream, an extended power hour stream to for the AMC earnings. I think there's a few earnings this evening. We've got off the top of my head. What are we? Disney, Novavax, Oxy, Plug, AMC. All these have got earnings this afternoon, I believe, but after hours. So let me know if you want to do an earnings stream this evening. A power hour. Lucid is another one, yeah. There's quite a lot of coffee table names with earnings today. That's painful. Why that 150? That's way below. So I'm taking that off my watch list because, quite frankly, I'm not trading that below $2 anyway. Looks like I'm going to have to refresh my Benzinga. Ah, there we go. Session highs. Wow, I missed that one. Nice little pump. Oh, getting some volatility coming in there. Hmm. 60-cent spreads, probably not ideal. Dollar spreads. This is Take Two Interactive. Moderna. No volume on that one, on that move. Big move up, big spike up. I was applied to them for a job. Octa. Didn't even bother giving me the courtesy of a response. Their loss. Successive highs. Successive highs. Pulling back some. Yeah, I looked at take two. Pulled back some. Quick move up. It's a good, nearly $3 move. But you're never going to catch that move unless you're actually watching it, and you've got a reason to watch it. So look, we still await the introduction of volatility. We've got 8 minutes to the bell. I think DWSC could still do something today. Veru is just sideways choppy on the VWAP, so that could do something today. It's at $15. That moved up really, really well yesterday. Let's see how the markets are getting on. So the Nasdaq is up quite a bit today at the moment, so bullish sentiment on the Nasdaq, and we've got upwards resistance line here. So let's just do a quick rear line down here, so you can see that we've got this bullish sentiment here, moving up very nicely. Then we've got the S&P 500. It's not quite an incline, but it's still up. It's above the VWAP. S&P 500 at 0.35%. The Nasdaq was 0.67%, so almost double the gain percentage-wise. Russell Index just under 0.5% up at 180s, and then we've got the Dow Jones Industrial 0.3. So bringing in the rear, put 329 on the DIA. So DIA is the Spider Dow Jones. It's like the SPY but for the Dow Jones Industrial. Yes and no, Matty. So on the gross number we're over, but not on the net. We've got about 160k still to do before the end of the year net. Before we hit the 7-figure number. But we've got 7 weeks to do it, so we're a million and 45 was the last count before today. So obviously, if I don't recover some of this today, then that's going to be less. But we'll see. Well, she's still snoring. Can you not hear her? But 5 9s. For $47. Lift bouncing. That $12. It's trying. It's a new high, new price spike. It's not a new high. It's a price spike. Not quite high, but Veru clean, making a high today. Staying at under $3, but Rumble spiking up, getting quite a lot sort of lift, getting a bounce here. A pullback, maybe. Would you go and spam someone else's channel for your pornography? That's the third attempt today. You can block them and they come on with another bloody bot account. So currently the high of this, 12.10. Got 4 minutes to the bell. Realistically speaking, we're probably looking at 12.14, 12.15, 12.20, maybe. We'll see. Just looking at the scanners, just checking the scanners, trying to configure them to give me a bit more information, but I'm getting enough. So this is Lyft. They had earnings last night and they didn't go too well. Sold off on earnings, but it's trying to bounce. So if it can hold over $12, it might well do. Yeah, I think that's been broken by this pullback here, but it's already moved up, so I see it above this level here, this resistance level up at 12.20. Look at it on the 5 minute. You can see got a resistance level here up at 12.20 from this level here. I really want to see it above that. Staying above 11.90. The resistance there since it broke out. So now it's back below 12. It's got to get over the whole dollar again. Well, Uber, brain fart. Veru tapping the red green line, so that's likely to go red on the day at the minute. Excuse me. Plug power. Nike moving up. We're getting a lot of session spikes with price session highs. There we go. There's the bell. Bug's got earnings today. I won't be going that way. I'll get out. Veru. Above $15, and that's of interest. Otherwise, no. Oh, quite a lot of spikes straight away. Round one. A sneeze coming. Excuse me. Oh, that is actually a replica of the actual New York Exchange bell. Dodgy dude. Well, look. Yeah, well, the whole market's selling. I mean, look at the S&P 500. It's the market's dumping, which is what I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the market to finish dumping. I mean, I looked at we were looking at AMD and Nvidia, but even those AMD here, for example, selling off. Wait for the market to bounce. It's going red. So very selling. Everything's selling right now. Yeah, it's not as easy as that. So first and foremost, you can only short stocks that easy if they're liquid stocks. If your broker has stocks to borrow. Otherwise, you've then got to locate stocks, and you get charged for that as well. You've got any kind of borrow fees if you're holding overnight as well. Then you've got to understand if it's on the short sale restrictions list, and if it is, then you can only short it on the uptick. So going short is not as easy as it sounds. When everything's selling off, go short. It's not quite that easy. You've got to prepare to go short. It's got to be part of your plan. It's got to be not a reactive thing. So a lot of stocks just aren't shortable as well. You know, it depends on your broker whether they allow you to short it or not. Welcome to South Africa, or welcome to South Africa. Well, I don't put too much weight in the moving averages, Matty. But chart patterns, absolutely. The moving averages, you're looking for confirmation, and of course, you're looking for key levels, which confluence is probably the word I'm looking for with the moving averages. I wouldn't use moving averages for entry signals or even exit signals for that matter, because they're lagging indicators. The move's already happened by the time you get the indicator from the moving average. But they're good for confluence. If you've got a moving average and it's at a key level, like a resistance or support level, it's usually a good, a little bit stronger if you've got confluence from the VWAP or a particular moving average as well. So it's got earnings, hasn't it? I mean, there's quite a few of them moving up with good earnings at the moment. So some power. Well, she'll have to wait now. She's snoring away in the hallway there. Okay, so where's the volatility? Where's the movers? Macy's? Is that Macy's? Selling off. Yeah, so we've got that spike up from Lordstown? Probably not. So Rover. It halted up, gapped up, pulled back. Not great volume though. Yeah, Tesla's continuing downwards because the market's continuing downwards, Imran. So Tesla's not had a great start to November. But if you look at this is Tesla. You look at the S&P 500. It's the whole market's selling off right now. So maybe we'll get a bounce when the market stops on some of these higher cap stocks. Otherwise, we're just looking for some catalyst and something that's moving at a reasonable rate with volume. Not seeing any volume anywhere with these big moves. It's all spikes and no volume. It's like two stocks. Oh, I've not changed the scanners over. No wonder. I'm waiting for the scanners to give me something. They're not going to give me anything since the pre-market's finished. There we go. Maybe we'll get something now. This double bottom on the 5-minute. R1 RCM. Needs to break above 960s. What did DWAC do? Sold off. I don't mind that. Breaks higher day. Be interesting. Veru, same thing. Don't mind a dip and rip. The pullback at the open is normal for stocks that are up or extended. Those of you like Mullen, that's actually moving up. Are you coming for a treat? Are you? We've not got enough. We've not got enough likes on TikTok for you to have a treat. I'm sorry. Don't blame me. Blame them. PayPal moving up. Nice. Alcos moving up nice. Not a good volume though. Up level at 77, so DWAC. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Sold. That's the warrants. So DWAC, that's the DWAC. It's sold off. It might come back later, but there's a lot of sellers at the moment, so keep an eye on it. Here we go. This is what you're waiting for, isn't it? This is what's missing. This is what's missing. You're bleeding all over my floor. I'm going to have to get the mop and stuff like that. Have a big one, okay? The TikTok crowd have paid for it. They want to see it. Come on. Stand up. There you go. Good girl. Miyako says thank you. She gets another one at 5K. Let's see if there's a catalyst here on Alakos. What the catalyst is. Thoughts on Ride, which is Lordstown Motors. My thoughts on that, Matt, are that it's had a good catalyst, got good investment, cash injection. So Let's see how the market reacts to it. Okay, so Alakos is moving up on EPS beat. And decent financial results all round by the looks of it. Although $68 million float. It's not huge, but I'm not feeling it. Grow generation. Why is my chart saying it's up and then Benzinga's saying it's down? This doesn't make sense. My charts are telling me that this is 27% up, but Benzinga's telling me it's actually down on the day. It's a beat in terms of EPS and revenue and sales. So grow generation, it's good earnings is why that's moving up. Yeah, I saw that earlier. $53, which is 5 nines. I saw it as it broke the red-green line. Yeah, it is a pretty. Yeah, my account it started today with 123, but just shy of 123,000 equity on the account play. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not holding Hoodie. it didn't hold anything, so that's now under $16. So yeah, and $16 stock. Spreads are only like 5-10 cents, so that's not bad. But I'm not trading that anymore today. So Veru, we've got a potential double bottom here. So if this breaks 445, 450, we could probably get back up to these highs of $15. We'll get a good 50-cent move there. So that could be one to watch for Veru. No, there's no stop loss pre-market plan. Your stop losses don't execute pre-market because there's no market for it to execute against. So unfortunately, it was just bad management. I had a trade plan. I didn't execute against it and held the loser too long. And the spreads were just wicked. I mean, at one stage it's $1.50 on the spread between the bid and the ask. So chasing momentum. See DWAC making moves now. The level here for me is 23.30. Oh, sorry, 27.30. Pull back. I had 5,000 shares on Hoodie. There's so much activity on this on the session highs right now. I can't keep up with it. I wanted to get in at 27.30 there, but like I was too busy reading the session tape. I think this potentially could go green today. $29 is a key level. Well, there's a lot of all the quarter, half, and whole dollars are all key levels, but I mean 29 in particular, because that's if it breaks 29, it goes green on the day. Moving my stop up to the $0.50, 26.50. Got the VWAP there at 56 ish, yeah, 56 on the VWAP. Looking for the bounce up support on the VWAP. I've got my stop at 51, just under the VWAP. The 9 EMA is 46, so it's just stopped me out. So look, not having a good day. I think I'm going to call it a day. Lock my montage. It's just not a good day for me. Sometimes you've got to know when it's just not going to be your day, and I don't think today is going to be my day. So rather than jumping in needlessly, I will bow out gracefully. Still think DWAC is going to move back up, but I'll look for the break of move back up later. Big red day today. We'll see. If something goes parabolic, I might take a position. But Veru's got a bit of a double bottom there. Didn't quite. Nice, beautiful double bottom this. From a technical perspective, so is it going to break? And look for the break of the $0.50 again, the move back up. That's looking bullish. That really is. I like that up gravestone doji there. Yeah, so that double bottom broke lows, so that didn't follow through on Veru. Yeah, check that earlier, Imran. So it's just the volatility is not great. It's like 12 cents for ATR, but it's having a good day. Well, it started off well. I thought they were halts, but no, not even halted. It's a bad couple of days. So we've got 2 red days in a row now, and across the 2 of them, that's 30 grand in the hole. So we've got a $30,000 drawdown at the beginning of this week. So not ideal. I've been in worse spots, but not ideal. I think it was in a much worse. That pretty much wipes out. But takes us red on the month. That doesn't sit well with me. Stop thinking about that. Who's saying Hoodie's rising up? Come on, stop. It's not rising. Hoodie rising? Is it? I have day there. It's actually halted to the upside. $19 is really where that becomes interesting. Not that I'm going to trade it, but if it starts making good moves, why not? All these session highs. I'm just kind of, there's a lot going through at the moment, a lot breaking highs today. So there's a lot of bullish momentum across the, look at the S&P 500 now. Oh, we had this, a bit of a double bottom and a move up. Lovely. Occupy Pharmaceutical. I like that one, J-Spec. I'll borrow that one. That's not bad. A rising tide lifts all ships. I think it should be ships, but oh, look at that. Get a bit of pull back now. The SPY's pulling back. Is that going to impact AMD? Yeah. The SPY pulled back and AMD followed suit. So I'm watching the SPY on one screen. I'm watching AMD on this screen, and the SPY pulled back. AMD took a little 20 seconds delay before AMD followed suit. There's a lot of movement. I can hardly keep up with the signals ticker in terms of session highs. AMC's got earnings later. I wouldn't say it's flying. I mean, it's like 10 cents. It looks, so Nitro, that's a 10-cent move across we pulled back a 10-cent range rather. It pulled back to 530s. It went up to 545, so 15-cent range across the first half an hour of the market. I wouldn't say AMC's flying. It's moved 15 cents in up and down. The range is 15 cents. Oh, I would hardly say it's flying. It went from 38 to 45, so it's not even 10 cents. Nah. AMC's got a lot to do. I could be an idiot to trade this again, but it's tempting. It's up. Tascos is up 38% on the day, 37% on the day. Put 21s. Not sure what the catalyst is, but I'll find out. Just give me a second. Not great volatility. It's up quite nicely, but let's have a look. What's the news catalyst on this one right now? So Tascos shares are trading higher after the company reported better than expected Q3 earnings. So that's a Q3 earnings play. $19 and I'm interested. Not seeing anything that's jumping out right now. Got volatility halts all over the place. Is there any stocks that you're watching, guys, that you... Take the session highs out because it's just too much noise. All those session highs. Can't see what's going on. So that's EWAC. Yeah, no. This needs to get back up over the VWAP. Above the VWAP it's bullish, and I think it could probably get back up over $30 today, but it needs to get over the VWAP. Okay, so ALLK still making moves. It's not quite breaking new highs, but it's coiling under this 750 level. So current high 753. It's coiling at that level. It might break up 7 cent ATR on this. Not brilliant volume. Grow generation, that's up as well. But 440s. Grow generation, good earnings. Currently up 32%. $23. What's this? $1.30 now. Anybody seeing anything with any kind of momentum right now? Nice cup and handle on AMD. There's a lovely little cup and handle here on AMD. So look for the break upwards. Yeah, so lift has got a bit of a up and handle type formation here as well. So you're looking at 1175 there, really. $0.75 level. There's the resistance. Lift. This cup and handle is being replicated across the market. So this is the similar cup and handle on the 2-minute for market S&P 500. Look at the Nasdaq. We've got this the same cup and handle. So watch the wider market. If the wider market breaks down or breaks up, then a lot of these are just going to follow suit because they're trading in a very similar fashion to the market, it looks like. Just watch the wider market, particularly the Nasdaq. That one's not trading in that way. That one's not trading in that way. So they're actually trading away from the market. But a lot of these gappers are trading in line with the market. We're over up at over $5 now. It's no volume. It's not a very liquid stock. That's the problem with it. Multiplan? No, not something I'm interested in trading. Ask just sideways at the moment. But things have started to slow down a bit. I can put my session highs back in there. I don't want to do that. NVX. Not ENXV, not ENVX, you great numpty. There you go. Right, okay. No, not really setting up. That's 52-week high, which is strategic education. This is the highest it's been in over a year, so no volume, can't trade it. Funko. Funko Pops didn't have a bad day yesterday after selling off so hard on Friday. But will Funko actually bounce? I mean, it lost $10 on Friday. Well, over the weekend, in effect. Look at this on the 60-minute, you can see. So earnings came out, Funko Pops, and earnings came out, it sold off, continued selling off yesterday morning. Oh no, Friday morning. And then yesterday we had this bounce. So will it bounce again? Oh, huge sell-off after hours on Thursday and into Friday morning, or into Friday. Consolidated yesterday, bit of a gain, and where we go. So I was up at $20. It's not going to come back that quick, but we'll see. Sunworks EPS losses. So Sunworks having a bad earnings. Yeah. So this is Norwegian Cruise Lines. Had earnings today, I believe. Currently up 8%. There's a lot of volatility in the market, guys. So there is opportunities. There is opportunities. You just got to get. You just got to spot them. We're kind of spoilt for choice at the moment. Slow movers, but this is moving up steadily. Good earnings. Standing up here. Granted. Up over $1 already in the last half an hour. Oh, it's on the scanners. It's because it's only up 9%. So if I scroll down here, currently just over 9%. So there we go. Norwegian Cruise Lines. So you've got it on here. But I'm seeing on the beta scanner, and I'm seeing it on the spikes up. So I got stopped out there for scratch. Oh, zero trade. So that's even the trades that going in my direction are zero trades. So what did I get in before? 14. got in on the. Yes, it is. It's actually looking quite bullish. Is Dwac? I like this. Break at 27. I'm going to take a big position. Spreads 18 cents, 19, 10, 20 cents spread. Above 27, and this could move. I'll just put my stop there just before break even, just above break even. Not risking anything. Take it, it's a free trade. It's a free trade at the moment. Struggling at 27 though. This is Digital World Acquisition Company, which is it's connected to Donald Trump's media company. It's a SPAC. This was put together to raise money for Truth Social, which is the Donald Trump's failed attempt at when he got ousted from Twitter last year. DWC to the moon, absolutely. Like I say, I'm just holding this. I've got to stop in at 2681. I want to see this break 2750, and if it breaks 26, we can get a break of high of day, which is currently 2772. I'll add to the position. We get 2750. I'll move my stop up to the whole dollar of 27. If it breaks 2681, pulls all the way back, I'll get stopped out for a small profit. I'll get 6 cents on this, so I'll get 300 bucks on this at the worst case scenario. Needed to have held 27, really. Trump on the moon, G.I. Joe. Wasn't China claimed to have been on the moon just recently? There we go, stopped out. So, like I say, didn't do anything. But we'll keep watching it because I think this is going up today. Get a re-entry if we get confirmation. This pullback, don't mind. Didn't cost us anything. That was, like I said, that was a free trade. Didn't cost us anything. Really want to get in for the break of 27 here. AMD. AMD, well, you can see AMD, Imran, there down on the small chart. So AMD is currently at 6407. If they're right there in front of you, if you're watching on YouTube, you've got the small chart in front of you for AMD. 6407, there's a lovely double bottom there, a W shape. So it's just about to break that that middle section of the W shape. That should go up to, you should get a good 30-cent move on that if it breaks. The S&P 500 moving up nicely, so I don't see why that wouldn't happen. AMD's rallying. AMD's looking very good. That was a bit of a fake out. Get in anyway. Not shortable. Thank goodness. I pushed the sell button by accident, and I get a not shortable error. Like, I didn't want to short it. Hey, Hannah. Maybe I should just start taking some profits and scaling in. They're waiting for the big move up. Again, this is a free trade. Oh, I made some profit on it as it pulled back. Back in. I think this is moving up now. Made 1,000 on that. Key level here that I'm looking at is 2770. It's a high of 2772 is the current high of day. I was, but then I decided to give it a little bit. See if I can't make some of this back. Yeah. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, get out. I'm done for the day. I am done for the day. I looked for the support there. Didn't get out when I wanted it to. And then I thought, okay, well, we might get a bounce on the VWAP. And then it brought the VWAP, I got out. So I'm done for the day. I'm going to wrap it up there with a 30k red day. It's a long time since I've had a red day since that hard. Yeah, I'll come back for power hour flip jug. Why not? Hey, like, they can't all go my way. I'm still over $1 million in profit on the year, so I've got to look at the big picture and zoom out. We're down about 10, just over 10k down on November now, so not ideal. But we'll see what happens. There's some earnings this evening, so what I'll do is I might do the power hour a little bit late, and then come in for like the last 45 minutes, and then extend it for some of the earnings. So there's some significant earnings this evening, AMC being one of them as well. So join me for power hour this evening, and if you can't make power hour, then the power hour is about 8 p.m. my time in Dublin and the UK. It's 3 p.m. in East Coast. So if you can't join me power hour, 90 minutes before the market opens tomorrow. So a bad day at the office today. I'm going to put it down to a bad day at the office. I'm going to go and walk it off with the dog, and I'll come back later. Okay, catch you guys later.